watching the rise. And I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. A foreigner in the sport, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average, the cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from train. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trike. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up, 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up, stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. You know this by now, or at least you should. We're back in Pooler, Georgia, practice session number 46, and cloudy day, some chances of rain, so hopefully we get it in. For those of you that are here for the first time, you're gonna love this channel, I'm telling you. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years spent with the elite NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. The name of this wonderful channel is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward. And on this channel, you know what? Let me show you what we do on this channel. 1 through 5, that's fine. And you can hang around with us until we get to follow the leader. All right, you're good unless you want to keep going. Good. Beautiful. Always looks good. Very nice. Head and eyes. Good. Good. So I'm look forward. Took a little bit of space away from him. Nice, Bill. Very nice, of course. Beautiful, Ken. Beautiful. Behind him. Right behind him. Head and eyes. Look at my camera. Stop looking at my cones. Now you see, he leaned. I don't want leaning. I want the motorcycle straight up. Camera. Stop looking at my cones. I'm looking at you. Straight through. Nice, nice. Now he's on a sport bike. His steering radius is a lot less than ours. So he might have to lean times when we don't. Whoa, whoa, too much speed. Whoa, too much speed. Try it again, man. Slow down. Good. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. No lean. No lean. Stop looking at my cone. Throttle is still the same. Yeah, keep the throttle just like that. Look at me. Keep the throttle up. Good, good. Look at me. Slow down. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Look at me. Listen to my throttle. Hear his engine, hear how steady it is, but it's high enough where it's not chug-a-lugging. His head and his eyes are straight ahead. Perfect, Eddie, you can park. Good to right here. That was good to go. Straight up. Plenty of room. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot. Use that rear brake to control your speed. Turn the handlebars, use the rear brake. Rear brake, straight up. Right, straight up. And I'm good to go. And I have the front wheel turned. Much easier to balance, see? Look at that. Much easier. share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit with you guys, the motorcycle riding community, with a special focus on slow speed motorcycle operation. That's what you just saw right there. And I focus on 1 to 10 miles per hour. That's the speed range that most motorcycle riders are extremely uncomfortable, because in that speed range, you have to be the boss of that motorcycle. In other words, you have to be in full control, riding this motorcycle, feet on the floorboards or the pegs. Notice I said on the pegs, because I want to emphasize that this is not just for this style of motorcycle. It's not just for Harley Davidsons, Indians, baggers. It's for all types of motorcycles, guys. All right, I'm going to repeat that. Slow speed maneuvering is for all types of motorcycles, because they all have the same techniques and they're all designed to perform the same way. It's a gyroscopic machine. As long as you keep power going to this rear wheel, you're going to be fine, right? And that's what we focus on here. That's what Trust and Believe is all about. That's an exercise. Exercise number 3 is called Trust and Believe, because you have to trust and believe that it's going to be okay. When you feel a motorcycle starting to fall, trust and believe that as long as you provide power to that rear wheel, it's going to be fine. But we're going to talk about all of that. And that's not all this channel is about, but it's the biggest part of what this channel is about. All right. Now, I also want to emphasize that my goal is not to get you to ride like me. My goal is not to get you to ride like a motor officer or like somebody riding in a competition. That's not the goal of this channel. The goal of this channel is to raise your confidence, okay? So that you feel like it's nothing at all to make a right turn from a stop, a left turn, and the infamous U-turn, right? That's what the goal is. All right, so the goal is to make you safer too. And the goal is to make you enjoy riding your motorcycle more. You're gonna get all of that when you actually learn how to ride it. And the numbers are extremely lopsided, guys. 98% of motorcycle riders have no clue how to really ride their motorcycle, right? And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to change that number. We gotta get that 2% that really are great to go up. Again, that doesn't have to be competition level. 18, 17, 16 foot U-turns, dragging the boards. None of that stuff is necessary. If you want to do that, that's great. And there are people that once they start learning how to do this, they just want to keep pushing it and keep pushing it. But I'm here to let you know that if that's not you, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But where you shouldn't be as a motorcycle rider is every single time you have to slow down, your heart rate goes up. If a U-turn is coming up, in your mind, that's an uh-oh moment. And that shouldn't be an uh-oh moment. This is a motor vehicle, and it's designed to be ridden to be able to make, actually you can make a U-turn on this tighter and better than you can in a car, of course. All right, so, but again, that's what this channel is about. This is a positive environment. Everything associated with me has to be positive. This is an each one, teach one environment. There's no negativity, there's no arrogance, there's no judgment. All right, you're not gonna find any of that here. And if you're on Facebook and you wanna join a group where you're also gonna have that same level of support and positivity, go to my Facebook group, Preload and Keep It Loaded. Again, you have to be a subscriber. That's one of the prerequisites to join that Facebook group. All right, I'm also on Instagram as well, guys. And you know, same thing there. I don't have anything private there that I can police, but I don't have any issues on Instagram anyway. So again, as I stated, I'm out here in Pooler, Georgia. This is where I have private lessons and practice sessions. Today's practice session, like I said, is practice session number 46. And if you want to come out here and practice with me, go to my website and click on where it says practice information, and it's going to tell you everything you need to know. Okay, again, V.I.Preloaders practice here for free as much as they want. And if you want more information on that, that's in the description section as well as on my website. You click on that, it'll give you some information on what V.I.Preloaders are and the perks that they get. And I know everybody doesn't want to practice in a group environment, so if you're interested in a private lesson, same website, click on where it says private lessons, follow that information, and we'll get you all set up. All right, so guys, I've had a bunch of people ask me, hey, you got any merchandise? Did you bring any swag? Okay, so guys, I don't collect merchandise, t-shirts, and whatever the hell else is in my store, but I will tell you this, my wife does a phenomenal job, and if you go into my store, if you're watching this on a computer or whatever, you should be able to see at the bottom of the screen, that's my store, Spring, that's what it's gonna say. If you click on that and go in there, when you see the amount of merchandise that's in there, you'll understand why I have no interest in trying to have stuff on hand to sell to people. Your best bet, if you wanted to go down there, click on whatever you want. It's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, she just does a phenomenal job. All right, guys, and again, if that's something you're interested in, definitely go here. Appreciate the support. All right, so not to be too long-winded, I got my girl Angel out here today. And let me tell you something, man. Angel feels so much better now, so much better. And the biggest part that I had to change were these handlebars. The other handlebars were just atrocious. They just really were, to the point where I didn't even want to ride this motorcycle. But these are factory 47 handlebars, and they just feel great. So much so, guys, I tell you guys all the time that my right turns are tougher than my left turns. Of course, that's mental. Now, I was out here yesterday practicing with my pop. My right turns feel great with these. Like, they almost feel better than my left. It's very weird. So this is what I'm talking about when I say the setup that you have on your motorcycle is so important. Yes, your skill level is important, but if you're going through training and stuff, the last thing you need is something to hinder you. And that could be your handlebars, your seat, your control levers, where your clutch engages. If you know, so if you have a hydraulic clutch, of course, there's stuff you can buy to take care of that. Your brake pedal, if you ride a limited or an ultra limited, anything like that, where the seat is closer and thicker, so so everything is closer. If you feel cramped using your rear brake, then the chances are you're not going to want to use it. So that's out here and in the real world. Remember, we play how we practice. So just make sure you check all of your stuff to make sure it's comfortable for you. And if it's not, make some changes and you'll be amazed at the difference that it's going to make. All right, guys. So I'm going to get started. We got some V.I.Preloaders showing up. We got 1 through 9 today and a bonus. We got Andy here that just showed up. He's always early. We got 1 through 9 and a bonus. And of course, we're going to do a slow race. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, and follow the leader. How can I forget about that? All right, and you guys know when the V.I.Preloaders get here, we're going to speak to them, find out who they are, what they ride, how long they've been riding, how long they've been practicing slow speed riding, more importantly, and how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed motorcycle riding. All right, guys, let's do it. All right, guys, we're about to get started. We're going to meet these V.I.Preloaders. And like I said before, find out who they are, where they're from, what they're riding, how long they've been riding, and more importantly, how long they've been practicing slow speed maneuvers. Preloader Nation, baby. Nothing but quality people above and beyond people. Let's do it. What's your name, sir?
Kent Mouzon from Charleston, South Carolina.
Kent, how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I've been on the motorcycles for about 15, 20 years now.
What kind of motorcycle you ride?
I've got a Harley Ultra Limited.
And more importantly, how long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
Probably about 6 months.
6 months. Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go take a look at your bike.
Okay.
Anything you want to tell us about this bike?
I just got it about 3 weeks ago. Getting used to it. I've rode Yamahas my whole life, so I'm still getting the feel of it. It's got that 114 engine in it. It'll roll.
And Kent and I had a conversation about some custom dynamics lights, but more importantly, you can see here that Kent has Pro Guards. A lot of people don't know about Pro Guards. He's got them on here. He also has them on the saddlebag guard.
I got them off of Amazon for about 20 bucks.
Yep, exactly.
You can't beat it.
So if you guys want something quick and easy, they go on and come off very easily. But more importantly, Kent talked to me about this extended reach seat that he got. And I was looking at the back and I'm like, Kent, what is this? And he told me he put a kit on his tour pack to allow him to move it further back so his wife has more space. And that's pretty awesome. So I told him I got to look into that. So he also did the soft brake and he got the extended shifter, heel to toe shifter.
Yeah, I'm 6'2". I need the room. I got a size 13 foot.
There you go, absolutely. And Kent was like, "Yeah, you're taller than me." I said to him, "No, I'm not. You're taller than me." Yeah, I got to get that brake because it's a world of difference. All right, on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate yourself in slow speed skills?
Probably about a 2.
2. All right, very good. Pleasure to meet you, man.
All right.
What's your name?
Hi, Gerald Nelson,
Gerald, where you from?
New York City.
How long have you been riding a motorcycle?
I've been riding a motorcycle off and on since 1973.
Whoa. I was born in 1972. That's speaking a lot. What kind of motorcycle are you riding today?
BMW K1600. I just got it about a month and a half ago.
Wow. So how you liking it so far?
I'm loving it so far. I just need to improve my skills on slow riding. That's why I'm down here with the master himself to see if he can get me acclimated to do such a thing.
Let me tell you something. You've come a long way, Pop, a long way. And yes, you guys heard me call him Pop. That's my NYPD Pop. And I told you guys before, he didn't spit me out of his testicles. Not that kind of Pop. But he's my NYPD Pop, my mentor. The man means everything to me. So like I said before, he's taken care of me so much for so long. And the chance that I can get to take care of him, of course, I'm going to jump at it. And this right here, this is really taking care of him because this could save his life learning these skills. So how long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
Slow speed riding, the first time I tried is when I came here in September. We had maybe 2 days. And then when I came here last Tuesday, we had another 3 days. So I am very, very new to this.
Good, good. And you know what? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
0.5.
Okay, all right. And listen, guys, this is what I'm always talking about when I say, you're going to notice that when I ask people how long they've been riding, it's very rare that you get somebody that's new. People have been riding for decades, but when you ask them how long they've been practicing, not really. Today's the first day and stuff like that. That's the popular answer. And I don't care. The point is they're here. So whenever it clicks that you realize this is important, I need to learn it, as long as it clicks, I'm great. All right, I was going to say pleasure to meet you, but I met you a long time ago.
Alrighty.
All right, we're going to have fun. We got another Jerry over here.
Hello,
Hello, what's your name?
Jerry Cassidy,
I just told everybody. Where you from, Jerry?
Pittsburgh, living in Savannah.
Okay, and how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
Better than 40 years now.
How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
Since 04, when I got certified as an instructor.
Okay, and what are you riding today?
KTM Super Duke GT.
Now, I'm going to let you guys know right now. I'm going to let you guys know how I feel about people staring at my cones. It's inappropriate. It's like stalking. And as much as I talk about it, people are still going to do it. And if you notice, Jerry's shirt and his motorcycle kind of match my cones. So I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed skills?
Well, I told you 5 a few weeks ago when I came out here, but working on what you told me, I'm going to give myself a 5.5 right now.
Okay, very good. Outstanding. Good to see you again, Jerry.
Good to be back out.
Where you going, Andy? You know you're next. You're trying to run away. You can run, but you can't hide, Andy. And he's styling and profiling, sitting on the damn... We're not doing a cigarette commercial. What's your name?
Andy,
Andy, where you from?
Asheville, North Carolina.
Andy, how long have you been riding a motorcycle?
About 7 years.
How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
Last year or two.
Okay, and what are you riding today?
An 09 Road King Classic.
Okay, and you also have a KTM, correct?
Yes, I do.
Don't you have another bike too?
Not right now. I sold it.
Oh, you sold it. Okay. So the last time Andy was out here, this is Andy's, I think, 5th time out here. He was riding a KTM, and he bought this bike. Totally different kind of riding as far as how it feels, as far as the weight. But I tell you guys all the time, the weight doesn't matter. All right, get that out of your head. And he's been practicing on this and practicing on it, and I'm telling you, he looks good. He looks really good. 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Andy, what would you give yourself slow speed?
7.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, guys. I got no problem with that 7. The man's good. 1 through 9 and a bonus, slow ride, and follow the leader. Let's do it. All right, guys, welcome to practice session number 46. Anybody nervous? You too. Okay, good. Well, let me just start out by saying there's really nothing to be nervous about. There's no test at the end of this. There's no pressure. You do exactly what you want to do, no more, no less. I do want you to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit, and again, I'll be watching you and seeing, because sometimes you don't realize that you're capable of doing something like practice session number 45 in Maryland, Nikisia, in the U-turn, she was kind of like line to line and she was getting very nervous. And then when we got to the offset double serpentine, oh my gosh, she was doing amazing, right? But I'm watching what she's doing and looking at the width of her turns, which were narrower than the U-turn. So I know she can do it, but those cones were just freaking her out, I guess. So speaking of my cones, Don't stare at my cones. All right? Yeah, yes, Andy, don't stare at my cones. All right? I want you guys to focus today on, oh, I'm sorry. If you knock down a cone, I'm probably going to pick it up anyway, but I always tell people to pick it up. If you grab that front brake, it's a 10 push-up penalty. And for today and really for the rest of the time you're riding your motorcycles, I want you guys to do everything in this order. And we're going to go by steps. Step number one, and it's always step number one. Pop, what is it?
First gear.
That's right. Make sure your motorcycle's in first gear. That's always step number one. Step number two, Andy.
Put your foot on the brake.
That's right. Cover the rear brake. Now, covering it doesn't mean you're applying pressure. With our Harley Davidsons, I know for a fact you can rest your foot on it. Your brake light's not going to come on. But we're covering it because when we want it, we're already there. We don't have to go to it. Step number three, Jerry. Preload.
Oh, okay.
And keep it loaded. And keep it loaded. That's the biggest problem. And keep it loaded. All right. And a lot of times what we're doing is we preload our throttle. And then when we get to the next step, which is we're going to slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, we focus on that and forget about this. All right. And this is not a big deal when you're in a straight line and your handlebars are straight. But remember, we play how we practice. I want you to get into the habit of listening to your throttle and trying to keep it where it is. Right. Not keep it at 1,000. Right. But keep it where it is. And if you get into the habit of doing that, when you get into a turn with your wife on the back, right, no matter how tight that turn is, the motorcycle's not going to drop because you're going to have power going to the rear wheel. All right? So.
On that point, I noticed when I was practicing that I have the habit of rolling off. Now,
yeah.
I do keep the slack out of the powertrain by using the rear brake.
Yeah, yeah.
But I shouldn't roll all the way off, should I?
You should never roll all the way off. But again, your motorcycle might be different. Like a BMW, the BMW motorcycle, maybe not yours. No, actually, not yours, Pop. Brent was out here with his BMW motorcycle. The idle on that motorcycle is high enough where he doesn't even have to do anything. He can make circles at idle. That's not going to work on our motorcycles.
1250 GS or any of the ones with the boxer engine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, again, you got to go buy your motorcycle. So today we're going to concentrate on doing that same thing all day. And what that means is, if I'm right here and I say, all right, Kent, do me a favor, bring your motorcycle right here. We're not doing any duck walking today, right? He's going to make sure it's in first gear. He's going to cover the rear brake, preload his throttle, and keep it there. Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. And step 5 is as soon as your motorcycle starts to move, pick up that left foot. So you should be picking it up like this, right? Not like this. Like you should never have your foot behind you, right? I need you to trust and believe today that as long as there's power going to the rear wheel, everything's going to be fine, okay? And trusting and believing is picking that foot up as soon as the motorcycle moves, all right? I do understand that most motorcycle riders are very uncomfortable between 1 and 10 miles per hour. So that's why we focus on that. And the most uncomfortable part of that is the initial takeoff. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over to the single serpentine. We're not going to do the serpentine though. We're going to do starts and stops. All right, you're going to be going from cone to cone. When I tell you to go, you're going to accelerate and then you're going to stop. Everything we do on our motorcycles should be graceful and should be, we don't do anything herky-jerky. All right, you do something herky-jerky on these things, they're gonna buck, they're gonna react herky-jerky. So if you're making a U-turn and you don't like the way it feels when the motorcycle is leaning, you're gonna like it even less if the motorcycle is bucking, right? So that's why we get our throttle where we want it before we even move the motorcycle. Preload, step number 3, keep it there, slowly release the clutch. Now you don't have to worry about anything else. As soon as you feel it start to move, pick up that foot. You feel that motorcycle starting to pull, pick up your foot, you're going to be fine. And we're already covering the rear brake. That's why we're going to use it if we need it. Okay? Any questions? All right. So, again, like I said, this is how you should be picking up your foot. Don't pick it up like this, because now you're throwing the weight to the right. And that's how you put down your foot. Bing! Nice and easy. You should never be coming to a stop like this. So that's why I always tell people, are you ready to dance? There's a lot of coordination that goes along with this, doing certain things at the same time. So when you're coming to a stop, if you feel like you want to pull your clutch in and just let the motorcycle coast, that's fine. Don't go into neutral, right? Because now you're the coin rolling across the table, right? And that coin's going to waver eventually, and then it's going to fall. That's your motorcycle in neutral. Sometimes you can pull the clutch in and come to a smooth stop. The balance all works out. Sometimes it doesn't, and you start feeling uh-oh. When you feel uh-oh, what's the answer, Kent?
Release that clutch.
That's right. Go back into the friction zone. All right, you're already preloaded, and if you're not preloaded, you preload the throttle. Go back into the friction zone. Power always makes your motorcycle want to stand up and go straight. Remember that. It always makes the motorcycle want to stand up and go straight. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. It depends on what we're doing. All right? If you feel it falling, that's good. It's always going to want to stand up. Falling, stand up. So I don't want you guys to put your foot down today. If you ever feel like you're going to fall, just open up your hand if you're preloaded. Even if you're not preloaded, opening up your hand, you got some power there from your idle, but I'd rather you do it preloaded. Even if you're going to go outside of an exercise, I'd rather you go outside of the exercise than put your foot down. The majority of injuries that happen when we're working on this stuff is people putting their feet down. It's not the motorcycle falling on your foot. It's your foot getting caught up in the saddlebag or whatever. Because remember, if you're leaning and you put your foot down, the saddlebag guard, it's right there. All right? So just keep that in mind. All right, guys. So simply, all you're going to be doing is you're going to start at this first cone. And all you're going to be doing is going from cone to cone. Now, I purposely don't have these cones further apart because that's the whole point. Again, that initial takeoff is what people don't like. When you take off, I want you to take off nice and easy and then stop nice and easy. And I find that when people have to take off, one of two things. Either it's a burst of speed to get them out of that speed range of 1 to 10, or this. So clearly we're not doing the second thing. I don't want you to do the first thing either. So when I say slowly release the clutch into the friction zone, that's going to assure you're not taking off like a bat out of hell, all right? Use the rear brake at the same time if you need to. Cone to cone. So you should be up, down. Now when you're stopping, like I said before, if you feel uh-oh, go back to the friction zone, use the rear brake at the same time. If you listen to my throttle, you'll hear it up until I put my foot down almost, and then it goes down. Where's my head and my eyes, Andy? Straight ahead. So it's okay if your handlebars are doing this, that's normal. Preload, keep it loaded. As soon as it starts to move, make sure you keep it loaded. Rear brake. My foot goes down nice and easy. All right? All right, line up. Stop looking at my cone. You're looking down. Nice. Nice. Very nice. All right, you're good, Andy. You can park over there. Good. Beautiful. Nice. See how smooth his foot is coming down? All right, Jerry, you're good. Thank you. See how smooth his foot was coming down? And how smooth it was going up? Control. Nice. All right, remember, don't put that foot down until you know you're stopping. Nice takeoff. So I'm looking at your head and your eyes. It's looking down here. Straight ahead. Right. There you go. There we go. One more. Excellent. Good park. This is why we do this as a warm-up. Keep it loaded, Pop. Right here. Easy, Pop. Stop it too early. Come to this cone. All right. Keep it loaded. You hear the throttle go down right before he's about to move. Good, much better. Keep it loaded. Almost shut off right there. Good, nice stop. Keep it loaded. Easy, Pop, easy. All right, you can park. All right, guys, and that's why we do this as a warm-up. So his idle on that motorcycle, yeah, you really have to pay attention to it because it'll shut right off. It's happened to me a couple of times, but he's practicing at it. All right, guys, good job. Now, what we just did, I want you to remember what we just did because it's relevant all the time. You always have to start your motorcycle and you always have to stop it. But it's the one thing that most motorcycle riders dread, especially when they have a passenger because they just, in their mind, oh my God, my bike is so much heavier. Like I had somebody come here and say he was going to come with a half a tank of gas so his bike would be lighter. I mean, it's just, you know, but see, that's the mentality that we have to try to get past. The weight of your motorcycle is irrelevant unless you're picking it up off the ground. Once it starts moving, all you need is this, a little bit of that rear brake, and you'll be fine. And what we just did is going to be extremely relevant when we get to right turns, left turns from a stop. Like I said, keep in mind, we're doing the same thing, same steps. We're just turning the handlebars. All right? Okay. Now we're going to, any questions on that? Okay, good job. Now, Pops, his idle. Now, sometimes what happens is people preload, and as soon as they go to release the clutch, they also start releasing this hand at the same time. And it happens every time. If you go back and listen, and probably when you watch this video, you go back and listen, you'll see, I hear your throttle, and then it just slowly, it goes down. And next thing you know, it stalls. And that will stall quicker than these, I feel like. But, you know, he's still getting used to that. The next thing we're going to do, guys, similar to what we did, but now it's going to be some distance. So you guys are going to ride down here. I'm going to be over here. Ride toward me, go up to second gear. I want you to downshift, and then I want you to stop. Of course, you can use your front brake initially. And people ask me, well, when should I use my rear brake? I don't use my rear brake unless I'm going 10 miles per hour or less. Totally up to you. You can use the front brake all the way until you get to 2 miles per hour. As long as you switch to the rear brake when you're about to stop, that's fine, because the front brake is too much stopping power at slow speeds. Is it possible? Of course it is. You can bring it to a complete stop, nice and smooth with the front brake. But when you actually are trying to figure all of this stuff out, it's best to do it one way. It's like anything else. You could do it, buy a book, and then when you actually learn how to do it, now you can cut corners and do things a different way. But if you get into the habit of doing it this way, if you don't have the muscle memory built up yet to do certain things out there, when uh-oh happens, which is another reason why we practice, when it happens, you're going to grab that front brake. But if you're already practicing and knowing what to do, in certain instances, you'll know, I'm not going to grab my front brake here, rear brake only. Okay? All right, so when you guys come to me, again, nice smooth stop. By the way, your stops were great. And then when it's time for you to take off, preload, keep it loaded, easy takeoff, right? Make sure you keep it loaded. The goal is to keep your throttle sounding steady today. If you hear cluck, 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 cluck on the Harleys, that means your throttle's too low. And the Harley will tell you and show you. You can see the whole engine shaking. All right, we don't want to be there. All right, you don't have any issues with that. Neither do you. Okay, any questions? All right, head on down there, guys. Exercise number 1, guys. Starting and stopping. You're still on the front brake. All right, you can park right here. Nice. You can park right here. Keep it loaded, baby. Outstanding. Park right here, Jerry. Nice, Pop. Park right here. Good. Keep it loaded. There you go. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. All right. I'm going to talk to him about his throttle. Give him a suggestion. All right. Good job. Kent, when you took off, your throttle was a little low. So let's remember, we want to get our throttles, we want to get our RPMs where we want it before we even move. And that way we don't have to worry about it. So Pop, what I want you to do is I actually want you to put yours high. Because at least then if it fluctuates, you won't shut off. All right, we won't stall. Because we definitely can't have that happening when we start making turns. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys is when you come to a stop today, make sure that your handlebars are straight when you stop. You stop like this, makes the motorcycle want to fall. These motorcycles more so than these, but actually no, this one too, because, it's heavier. All right, any questions regarding that? All right, good. Exercise number 2, we're gonna do the slow ride. All right, now this exercise is designed to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but every time you feel, uh-oh, the answer is power to the rear wheel, right? Don't put your feet down. I'm gonna walk aside you. All right, it's gonna be a short distance from the start of that cone to this cone. And as you're riding, I want your head and your eyes straight ahead. Believe me, it helps with your balance. It's not just about turning all the time. Head and eye, even with the horizon. I want you to ride in the friction zone, out of the friction zone, whatever you need to do. And if you can ride in a straight line, you're going too fast. Obviously, if you're going faster than I'm walking, you're going too fast. So your handlebar should be kind of doing this. That's fine. All right? Any questions? All right. Head down there. Ready? You practicing for later? Yeah, right. Come on. Excellent, excellent. You can park over there. His throttle is steady. A little pressure to the rear brake. Ready? All right, let's do it. Head and eye, straight ahead. Excellent, Ken. You can park over there. Very nice. He had his head down at first. Excellent. Ready? All right, let's do it. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. Keep it loaded, rear brake, rear brake. All right, you can park. All right, we're gonna move on to trust and believe. But first, let me talk to them. All right, guys, looking good. Looking good. Exercise number 3, trust and believe. You did fine at it. You did fine at it. All right. So listen, a lot of people let this exercise get into their head. We're not even moving. So even if this motorcycle tips over, it's going to be no damage to your bike if you have the proper stuff to protect it. And it shouldn't be any damage to you either, right? All we're doing is the same thing we did. Well, not really the same thing. We're taking it up a notch, so to speak. Exercise number 2, I wanted you to feel and then instead of putting your foot down, go back into the friction zone. In this exercise, 5 steps. Let's do the rectangle. Always, step number 1, make sure the motorcycle is in first gear. That's down here. Come across, cover the rear brake, come up here, preload your throttle and keep it loaded. Come across. Now we're going to do clutch right before the friction zone. And then step number 5, we're going to pick up our foot. I don't want this motorcycle to move a millimeter before you pick up your foot. Pick up your foot, and when you feel the motorcycle starting to move, just open up your clutch hand. Nice and easy. Don't pop it. His bike could probably do a wheelie, and actually probably yours too. But keep this in mind. If you do happen to pop your clutch, as long as you keep it loaded, you're still going to be fine. And you're covering the rear brake. So when you do this, guys, if your motorcycle starts to fall to the right and you open up your clutch, it's going to go to the right a little bit. I want you to come to a stop. I used to just let people just do this and they would just fly out. But the goal is I want you to always be in control of your motorcycle. All right. That's why people don't like riding slow, because they don't like the way it feels, because they're not in control. A lot of that has to do with they're not using the rear brake. Right. So make sure, like I said, we do the same thing the same way all the time. Right. So when you took off that last time, Pop, you took off and then both your feet came up like this. So that means you're not taking off. Remember, it's the second step. Cover the rear brake. You're going to take off like that all the time. And in this case, I'm right in front of you guys. I'm not worried about hitting you. Make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload. I don't need a lot. Bring my clutch right before the friction zone. All right, here it is. I'm not in the friction zone, so the back of your motorcycle shouldn't be moving down like this. That means you're holding it with the rear brake. I'm right before it. Now all I have to do, head and eye straight ahead, just pick up my left foot. Rear brake, right? Now don't wait till the last minute. I watched a video just this morning somebody sent me. I don't know what was going on with this guy, but he's on the freeway. He's riding a Goldwing. All of a sudden, I see his bike does like that. He falls off the bike, but when he falls off, like he's sliding across the highway like limp, and his motorcycle falls all the way onto the side. No, it was on this side. It fell all the way onto the side, and then it picked back up and kept going, and a truck hit it. So when I tell people that you can lift this motorcycle from the ground just by powering it, I'm not saying that's what I want you to do, but I'm letting you know that when you feel your motorcycle falling, the answer is power to the rear wheel, because it wants to stand up and it wants to go straight. All right? Also, I don't want you to pick up your foot like this, because all you're doing is throwing it. Again, not a big deal when you feel it falling, open up your hand. But again, we do everything subtle. I also don't want you to pick up your foot and then just open the clutch. I want you to actually feel the motorcycle start to fall. And that's how we we reprogram our brain to not do this, but to do this when we feel uh-oh. All right, any questions? All right, nice hat. All right, ready? Show them how it's done. Your throttle it's like idle. Where's the preload? There we go. Nice! See how he took off fast, but he stayed in control. Are you duck walking your bike up here, Kent?
What's that?
You just duck walked your bike up here?
How many push-ups?
No, none for that.
No shit.
Only front brake grabs. Actually, grab the front brake too. All right, first gear. Cover the rear brake, good. Preload. Keep it loaded. Bring your clutch right before the friction zone. No. All right, we got to talk to Ken. Or maybe that was only his first try. First gear. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the friction zone. When you're ready, pick up that foot. Don't move. Don't move, you're moving. Trust and believe. Keep it loaded, let it out. Get that foot up, Pop. We just did this over there, so it's the same thing. All right. Now you're a veteran at this. Give me some more preload. Good. Clutch right before the sweet spot. All right. Pick up that foot. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. I watch his RMPs go down. There we go. That's how we stop. Now remember, you were inching like this, and then you went. Not supposed to be moving at all. When you pick up your foot, your motorcycle shouldn't be moving at all.
Okay.
And when you feel it starting to fall, give me some preload. Keep it right there. Pick up that. Nope, you're moving. Don't move. Trust and believe. You're moving. All right, let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Oh yeah, you had it. You had it. Let it out. Let it out. Oh, you had it. Trust and believe, Kent. Get it out. And stop. Remember, you're coming to a stop once you start. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. And stop, and stop. Here it comes. Right here, Pop. All right. As soon as you started to move, as soon as you picked up your foot, that thing went. Keep it loaded, Pop. Put it at 3,000. Yeah, keep it there. Pick up that foot. Trust and believe. Nope, 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 nope. Nice. All right, let's do that again. Keep it loaded, head and eye straight ahead. Let it out. Oh. So even right there, every time you feel, oh, you're putting your foot down. Instead, just do that.
Okay.
I got my hand on your bike. Don't worry about it. Let it out. Let it out. You had your foot on the rear brake. Yeah. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. No duck walking. All right, last time. And then come to a stop. Let it out. Nice. Nice and easy. Good. All right, make sure you come to a stop. Trust and believe. Pick up that foot. Let it. Oh, there we go. And stop. Nice. I mean, that thing dipped. But this time it didn't shut off because he had it higher. Talking about the RPMs. All right, last time. Trust and believe, Ken. Don't move. Good. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Keep it loaded. Throttle's low. Let it out. Keep it loaded. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Keep it loaded and stop. All right. All right, not bad. Son's trying to fight his way through. Put my sleeves on. Exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. All right, guys, exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. I'm not trying to put anything into your heads, but this is the highest failure rate, this exercise. And that's because what we did, the first exercise we did, that whole first taking off, people that are uncomfortable with that, of course, they're going to have a problem here. Because most motorcycle riders, the way they feel more comfortable is to add speed. Speed is not going to help you in a situation like this. And that's why you see people that want to make a left turn either go like this, or get this far and then shoot through these cones. So same steps apply. Like I said, make sure it's in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload the throttle, and keep it loaded. Bring your clutch right before the friction zone. Head and eyes, Andy. Look in the direction that you want to go, and you should be looking in that direction before you go. So Andy, you're going to see, he's great out here on the bike, right? His head and eyes, not so great. And you might say, well, what's the big deal? He's making these turns, right? Yes, but once he gets into the real world, if he's so in a habit when he's practicing of not looking before he turns, that's when stuff can happen because things happen fast out there. So if he checks his mirror and everything looks like it's clear, so he just goes back to his old ways of just burying his head, that's how stuff happens, all right? So head and eyes, I know it doesn't feel comfortable, but you have to trust and believe that it's going to be okay. And out here, there's nothing to hit except cones, right? We're in a controlled environment. So step 5, head and eyes. Step 6, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. Remember, we're covering that rear brake. Step 7, as soon as your motorcycle starts to move, pick up this left foot. And then step number 8, you're going to turn your handlebars. Now, I'm going to let you know that when I do this exercise, I'm on my rear brake. As soon as I start, I'm on it. I'm applying pressure to it. And it's light pressure, and I'm dragging it. See, if I drag my rear brake, I can make that turn nice and smooth. But when people do this, what you're doing is disturbing the motorcycle, right? You're making it feel unsteady. Now, sometimes, you know, depending on what you're doing, that might actually help. But if you're still trying to figure this out, you want it to be nice and smooth. Keep your throttle where it is. Keep your clutch where it is. Keep your brake where it is. Nice and easy, right? So when you guys first go through it, oh, also, when you guys pick up your foot, just like we were doing over there, don't do this, right? Because all you're doing is throwing the weight, okay? Your weight, when we're making left turns, your motorcycle's already slightly lean to the left because your left foot is down, okay? So keep that in mind. Also, when we do this from a stop, I do it from this line. Most of you probably would do the same thing. But if you don't want to do it from the line because you don't like the way it makes you feel, do it back here somewhere, right? It's fine. I also do it from the middle. If it makes you feel more comfortable coming over here to make a left turn and over there to make a right, that's fine. The more you practice, the more you're going to realize you don't need to do that, okay? So the first time, I want you guys to just ride through here. Don't stop. Ride through, and I want you to keep the motorcycle straight up and down. Don't lean the motorcycle, all right? Because if you're leaning, that means you're applying speed. I want you to be the boss of the motorcycle coming through here. Don't cut this turn too early. If your saddlebags go over this, you hit it. I want you to treat these like poles. I got to get something light to stick into them so the wind won't blow it over. So that means you're going to have to come out a little bit and make the turn. Nothing extreme. You don't have to fully lock unless you come way out, right? And then when I tell you, you're going to come to a stop and make the turn. Same thing. I don't want you to lean. I don't want you to fall into it. As impressive as that is, it's not what I want here. And then lastly, you're going to stop, make the turn, and stop. All right, and I had to add that because, like I said, people would make this turn, and when they got about right here, let the clutch out, speed, not in control. I need you to be in control all of the time. And then we're going to do the same thing going right. Any questions? Jerry?
For us old folks with stiff necks, is
Yes.
it okay to turn at the waist?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, when I tell people head and eyes, depending on the turn, I prefer you turn like this. I prefer it. It's going to make this process so much easier. Right? So, yeah, absolutely.
It does make the bike want to turn when you get your eye.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. All right. Any other questions? So I'm going to put the camera right here. I want you to look at the camera as you're turning. And I'm also putting it there because when you go back and watch this video when it comes out, I want you to look at your form. Your goal is to be in the middle of this lane. Somewhere in the middle. You don't want to be all the way over here because I want you to envision this is a double yellow line and these are tractor trailers going in this direction. You know how we love tractor trailers on the motorcycle, right? So we don't want to be that close to them. The goal is to be here. The only way you're going to be here is if you're going slow enough to be here. If you're here, it's not a big deal. Like I said, this is a goal. If you hit the cones, I don't care. Just don't stare at them and don't put your foot down. All right, let me show you what I want you to do. First time, straight through. Head and eyes. Second time I want you to stop. Now we're doing the first thing we did, starting and stopping. First gear, cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded, clutch right before the sweet spot, head and eyes, slowly release the clutch as soon as it starts to move, and then turn the handlebars. I'm on the rear brake. And now we're just going to stop over here. Make sure your handlebars are straight when you stop. Don't stop like this. All right. Andy? Nice. Now my papa and I were working on this, so. Where you going? He's not ready, you were. Nice, Jerry. Look at my camera. Nice. Keep it loaded. Nice, Jerry. Jerry's slowing down a lot. No, straight through. Stop looking at my cones. Straight through, straight through, straight through. Don't lean, don't lean. I don't want him to lean. Nice, Pop. Keep it loaded, easy on that rear brake. Nice. Did you see his head and eyes? He snapped his head. Snapped it. Nice, Pop. Nice and smooth. See, that time his bike's not jumping. Look at the head and eyes. Head and eyes, Andy. Look at my camera and keep looking at it. Stop looking at my cones. I think I distract people when I stand near. Nice and easy, Kent. Good job. You can come here, not there. And if I didn't already see you do it, I would have let you stay back there. Head and eyes, rear brake, keep it loaded. Only the first time. Very nice. Cones with his eyes. I can't remember. Do this straight up. Don't lean the motorcycle. Everything else is good. Head and eyes. Look at the camera. So that's a balance thing. Sometimes that's going to happen. All right, get that foot up on the approach, Pop. Good. Keep it loaded. Rear brake. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. There we go. Keep it loaded. Looking really good, Jerry. The head and eyes is excellent. Nice. Come to a stop over here. Stop over here. Nice. All that was a balance thing. When you first went to take off, the bike went like that. But if that ever happens, all you have to do, friction zone, kind of shift your weight a little bit, rear brake, you'll be fine. Nice. Pop, get that foot up. Good. Rear brake. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes. Come to a stop. Nice. Very nice. Nice and smooth. Good. Come to a stop, kid. Come to a stop over there. Ah, you're doing it from here now.
No. Checking it out.
Yeah, when you go, stop up there. Sorry. 10 push-ups. Nothing to be sorry about, Pop. Go ahead, back it up. Keeping me on my toes. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Rear brake. Keep it loaded. All right, good. All right, last one. Come to a stop. Good. Last one, Andy. I can't watch your RPMs. You don't want it to be too high.
Okay.
All right, nice and easy. There we go. That foot up, Pop. All right, ready? Nice and easy. And I'm looking at your hand in the turn doing this. Just keep it where it is. Head and eyes. Rear brake, rear brake. Keep it loaded. Yeah, it's hard keeping that thing loaded. And I see he's trying his best to keep it loaded. It's very delicate. Straight through. Head and eyes, very good. Very nice. Look how slow he's going. The head and eyes is excellent. Stop looking at my cones, Andy. Right, he's coming out wide because of speed. Nice and smooth. That's how I wanted to look, straight up. Oh, nice. Too much body lean. Straight up, no lean. Slow down, slow down, slow down. There we go. Nice, Pop, nice. Easy, Andy. Nice. So right there, Kent took off with a little bit of burst of speed. And it took him deep into the turn, and he was like, I ain't making that turn. Head and eyes. Nice, Jerry. So right there, that was, you kind of took off a little quick, and by the time you were ready to make the turn, you were deep, and you were like, I ain't gonna make that. Rear brake, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, look at the camera. Turn those handlebars, turn them, turn them. Yeah, he could definitely benefit from some higher bars. The elbow's going right into his body. And he's gonna see how much better he feels on that motorcycle when he changes those handlebars. I know that from experience. Head and eyes, rear brake. Come to a stop. Nice. Come to a stop. Nice. The right turn strikes again. Come to a stop and then you're done. Come to a stop and then you're done here. Nice. Ken, I know for a fact when you get 12-inch bars, it's going to make a world of difference. Because when you're in that turn, when you're getting close to the cones and you got to really turn, that elbow is right here. It doesn't even look comfortable, so I know it's, you know.
Okay.
All right.
12-inch.
12-inch, definitely. Good. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Too much speed. I'm not saying that it's not possible for him to make the turn because of the bars. I'm just saying it's going to feel more comfortable. So, all right, Pop. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Rear brake. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. See, guys, my cones are tough. Just slow down a little bit. Keep the motorcycle straight up. Good, good. Head and eyes. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. All right. So it's still wide, but it's better. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 5, single serpentine. All right, guys, exercise number 5, single serpentine. And this exercise is important because you need to be able to maneuver your motorcycle, evasive maneuvers, emergency evasive maneuvers. All right, that means we're not going really fast because when we're going fast, we can't do this anyway. We steer like this when we're going fast. Now, when you guys go through here, a lot of people want to go through here like this. All right, they want to go fast. But remember, speed is not what we're about today. All right, I don't want you going so slow that you're going like this. I wanted you to be straight up in exercise number 4. I don't want you to be straight up here. Now I want you to lean, dip, dive. I was watching Andy do this earlier today, and he's doing it exactly how I want it done. I want you to go out wide, wide. And if you go out wide, it's going to force you to slow down. Otherwise, you're not going to make these turns, all right? The cones are 15 feet apart. Straight down the line, and then there's a line on each side. So I want you to kind of go towards that line. You don't have to go all the way to it. But I don't want you to be right on top of the cones doing this. All right? If your bag goes over the cone, you hit the cone. All right? And you're going to be coming this way, as I stated, head and eyes looking at my camera or looking at me. I don't care what you look at. Just make sure your eyes are straight ahead and you're not looking down at the cones. Any questions? All right, I'm going to run through it. You don't have to do it as extreme as I'm doing it, but remember, start your turn close to the first cone. If you start that turn too late and you're all the way right here, it's going to get tighter and tighter as you go down. Not a big deal. Slow down, lean more. You'll be fine. Looking straight ahead. Nice. Nice, Andy. All right, good. Started out nice and wide. Good. A little too much speed. He's on top of that cone. All right. It's only the first time. Got to slow down. Use that rear brake. Right now, Pop. No. Not good to hit the first cone. Good. Good. Throttle is steady. Head is straight ahead. Not so much the eyes. Okay, it's getting there. Nice. Very nice. See how wide he's going out? Nice. Very nice. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Hey, I'm gonna get, all right?
All right, man. Be careful. Hey, Ken, do that a little slower. A little slower. because he's, you know, when you go faster, you're also forcing yourself to make decisions quicker. So you look at Andy, you look at me, and you think, "Ooh, that's the pace I want to do it at." But you're not turning the handlebars fast enough to do it that way, and it's putting you right on top of the cones. And his saddlebags are going over some of the cones. Gotta go out wide, Pop. Gotta go out wide. It's fast, but it looks good though. It looks good. His saddlebags are still going over the cones. All right, I want my Pop to do this again. All right, where's he going? Tell Kent I want him to slow down and go out wider. See? He's hugging the cones. Your saddlebag is going over every cone.
Every cone.
Because you're going so fast. You got to go out wider. But it looks good. It looks good. Just gotta slow down, Pop. You're good. Too much speed. Too much speed. Too much speed. Way too fast. Yeah. It's impossible to go out wide if you're going that fast. I think Pop is done. There we go. See, when he slows down, he doesn't want to turn the handlebars. So when you're going faster, it's easier to turn them. All right. All right, we're going to move on to exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. But you guys see what I'm talking about, right? When he's going fast, that's because you barely have to turn when you're going fast. When you slow down and you have to turn, there's more manipulation, more part of you being the boss. It makes it more difficult. But that's what we want. We want to be the boss. All right, guys. We're going to be moving on to exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. But first, Kent, in that single serpentine, sure enough, I said in the beginning, people see that, that's what they want to do. And Kent looked really good doing that too, right? Only issue is his saddlebag and his engine guard is going right over each cone. Not hitting them. As soon as I told him to slow down, everything changed. Because before he was only turning like this. When you slow down, you're turning like this. And that's what I want. I wanted to have motorcycle dipping and diving and blah, 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 blah. All right? All right, so in this exercise, everything that we've been doing up until now is the same. Like I said, get your RPMs where you want them before you even move. So I'm going to preload my throttle, keep it loaded, and then you're going to hear it steady right from there into this U-turn. Andy, you can look at that cone right there. Don't get out of hand, though. Don't stare at it. Just look at it as a point of reference. What are we turning first, Kent? Head and eyes or handlebars?
Head and eyes.
That's right. And when you turn your head and eyes, turn them. Look at my camera. Don't turn like this. Head and eyes, handlebars. Now, nothing in here is extreme. This is 27 feet wide. This is only if somebody wants to try it in the 18-foot box. If you don't, no big deal. You got the rest of this. When you turn in here, I want you to lean the motorcycle. I don't want you to, you don't have to fully lock the handlebars, drag boards, nothing extreme. But what you do I want you to do it. I want you to be consistent. Obviously, keeping it loaded is consistently keeping the throttle engaged. When you turn your handlebars, be consistent in it. Don't do this because you're just widening your turn. And head and eyes, consistently look at my camera, right? I already know Andy's gonna look down, then look up, then down. But actually, you're getting better, Andy. When you were doing the single serpentine, for the majority, at least, well, your head at least was straight ahead the whole time. I don't know about your eyes. So when you come in here, also, don't do this. I see people do this. They're turning like this. And then by the time they commit, they're already in the middle of the turn. Now this is going to be a, you know. So turn, as soon as you turn your head and your eyes, turn your handlebars. Okay? When we do this, you guys are going to go through, left U-turn. When I tell you, you're going to stop at this line and make a left U-turn. And then when I tell you, you're going to stop at that line, make a U-turn, and stop right here. And then we'll do the same thing on the right side. Yeah, it's not over here, man. You left it over there. Pop, you doing this? Oh, you're on the phone. As I'm approaching, that's where my throttle is. That's where I'm going to keep it, head and eyes. And I'm just concentrating on keeping that throttle where it is. Do it from a stop, nice easy stop. Head and eyes, get my throttle where I want it before I even move, and then keep it there. Slight lean, nothing crazy. Then lastly, from a stop and stop. Head and eyes. Straighten out. He got up high on that seat. Ah, I knew he was going for it. As soon as I saw him put his butt on the side of that seat. Ken said he's showing off. All right. And the issue there is he started that turn. Straight through, straight through, straight through. Head and eyes, baby, good job. Now let's watch Ken's turn. There we go. And that was the difference. That was the difference. Much better. Last time he committed to that turn late and he was way off the line. I saw him do the dip that time. There's the body shift, no head and eyes. Nice! Gotta turn the head, nice! There's the dip. He's way off the line though. But doesn't need it. Excellent. Excellent. Keep your head and your eyes turned the whole turn, and this is yours. The whole turn. I showed him a $100 bill. Head and eyes. Now he's telling me see, but that's only because he's not practicing it. He's got to practice it. But that's as long as he kept his head and his eyes turned. Motivated. Nice, Ken. But he turned how I don't want you to turn. He kind of eased into it. Head and eyes, head and eyes, head and eyes. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. There we go. Got to keep it loaded. Pop, you're out? You're out? Good. I'm gonna talk to him because he's barely turning. Come to a stop, yeah. Head and eyes! So he's really making that U-turn blind. Hey, Kent! So you're doing good, but what you are doing is what I told you not to do. When you start to make your turn, you're turning like this. And you're still making it, because then when you get over there, then you see, oh crap, and then you turn. If you turn like that from the start, oh my gosh, your U-turn's gonna be tight. So commit to it right from the start. Head and eyes, turn those bars. Okay. There we go, keep it turned. It's better. Keep the lean too. Very good, Andy. See, now he's not leaning.
I need to commit more.
I was about to say, now you're
halfway through it. I'm committing.
Now you're turning early enough, but you're not leaning.
Yeah.
Just lean a little bit more, and you're good. Okay. Okay. Gotta lean a little more. Andy, stop over here. Or wherever you're going to stop. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. You're supposed to stop. All right, do it from a stop. There we go. Keep it loaded. Oh man, the throttle was so low. All right, you're gonna be going the right turns next.
It was up a little.
Huh?
It was up a little.
Yeah, it was up a little. Kent, that was excellent. Copy and paste. Good, good, good. Very nice. Kent does it better from a stop. See, you don't see me because you're looking down. All right, come to a stop over here.
Okay.
All right, good. Right turns next. Head and eyes, kid. Head and eyes. I'm watching them even when they're not in the box and they're making U-turns. Head and eyes. Got to get in the habit. Good job, Andy. Right turns, man. Right turns. Straight through. Okay, he's coming. But it's the same issue. When he goes to make the turn, he's he's not committing to the turn, so he's kind of coasting around. And then it makes it a more extreme turn over here, where if he commits right away. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing on the right side. When you go to make this right turn, you're not committing to it. So you're doing like a half turn, and it's really wide. And then when you get over here, now it's like, I gotta turn more, I gotta lean. Where if you do it right from the start, everything is minimal. So minimal, lean and minimal. Okay. Stay in the friction zone. Let it pull you through. No momentum. All right. Turn it. Also, head and eyes. Look at my camera. Stop. Keep it loaded. Nice. So in that last turn you made, your motorcycle was right here and your handlebars were like this. When really you should be starting your turn from here, and by the time you get there you should kind of be like this, not like this. So you're still coasting into the turn. Commit. Go for it. Head and eyes. Look at that camera and go for it. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. All right. Come to a stop over here, Andy. Nice. Nice and smooth. All right, you're gonna look at me. Look at me and keep looking at me. All right, look at me. Come to me. Come on. Rear brake. Rear brake. There we go. Last one, Andy. Last one. Nice. Figure eight. All right, look at me, kid. Good. That's what I'm talking about. Ken, do it again. And come to a stop over here. Okay. Okay, here I am. Look at me. Keep looking at me. Good. Excellent. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7, the figure 8. Much better on those right-hand turns. Much better. All right, guys, exercise number 7, the figure 8. Before I even get started on this, I want to congratulate Kent. Kent said that's the first time he's ever done a right U-turn. So kudos to you, man. Here's the good news. This figure 8, which when Kent first got here, he goes, this is the thing. No. And if you can't do it, no problem. But this is the same width as that U-turn. Okay? It's 46 feet long. So here's what I'll tell you, Kent. When you come in here, of course, the speed is important. Turning your handlebars and committing to that is important, and leaning the motorcycle. Those 3 things, staying in the friction zone, using the rear brake to control your speed. When you come in here, I want you to use all of the space that's available. So a couple of times, Kent, you were starting your U-turn from right here. So you gave up about 2 feet, but you still made the turn, which was good. That's why I didn't say anything to you. I'll let you think you were line to line. When you go home and watch the video, you'll see you're probably 24 feet, right? But don't start here and give up 5, 6 feet, because if you do that, it's going to catch you down there. So here's what I want you to do, Kent. When you first come through here, I want you to, like I said, you should already be where you are, have your RPMs where you want them before you even get here. And when you get here, head and eyes, look at that green cone right there. I want you to hold your turn. Hold it. Hold it. When you get about right here, now I want you to look at that green cone. That's the green cone you're going for. Hold it. Hold your turn. Hold it. Don't do this. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Straighten out, and I just want you to go out. That's all I want you to do. The goal is for you to be on this side of this green cone. If you're all the way over here, your turn's too wide, which means this turn's going to be almost impossible, right? That's all I want you to do the first time. Andy, you already know what I want you to do. Come in here. Andy doesn't need 46 feet. Andy doesn't need 27 feet. So he's going to use the space that he needs. Come in here. 1 figure 8, 2 figure 8s, and that's your exit. Let me move these rocks. All right, so I'm gonna. What do you say? It's not gonna make one of these motorcycles fall.
No, but it throws your mind off.
It gives you a quick pucker effect. That's it. So I'm going to use all of the space available for me in here. The only thing I got to worry about, or not worry about, but concentrate on my speed. But on this motorcycle, just like on my other motorcycle, I always say my main focus is my RPMs, because that's the only thing that's going to make me fall out here today. There's nothing slippery or anything. There's no sand here. There's no oil. Head and eyes, I'm looking at that cone. Now I'm looking at that cone. Transition. And I'm out. Go ahead, Andy. Too early. So again, he gave up about 5 feet. But everything else looked good. He was well within the 27 feet. His lean was good. The only thing was he gave up too much space. We got the doctor here. The doctor's in the house with the lab coat. But through the back of that lab coat, I can see it says preload. Robert Simmons paying it forward. Thank you for the support, Andy. Yeah, I know. Come right here. Right here. Too early. All right, don't make that left turn until I tell you to. You're turning too early.
Too early?
So you're like 4 feet away from those cones. Everything else looks great. If you just make up that space, you're fine.
Okay.
It's getting dark out here. Dark clouds are coming over us, which means I could lose this hat. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. There we go. No, that was good. You, as a matter of fact, you ran over one of the cones, so it's definitely not too early.
Okay.
That's fine. You want to try the second turn now? Coming into the second one?
I'll try it.
All right. Remember, at no point should your handlebars be straight. So when you come out of that first turn, I'm going to say transition. Turn those handlebars. Good. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Head and eyes, head and eyes, head and eyes. Too early, too early. Okay, let's watch the RPMs.
Too high.
Yeah, too high. But also remember this, you were fine. I said when I say transition, then turn. Hold that turn, hold it. You should be coming like this and transitioning. You should be straight. So we're doing a fat 8, like this. Not a skinny 8 like this.
Kind of swing out a little bit.
Yeah, you got to swing out.
Okay.
So what you did is when you got right here, you straightened out. So now you made that tighter. Actually, you're going to get this. I can see that. Let's try it again. He's going to get this. Get that throttle up. There we go. I want to hear it. The motorcycle's idling. And Kent, head and eyes. Look at me, head and eyes. Come on, come on. All right. Head and eyes, look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Transition. Yeah, you're good, you're good. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Good, you're good, you're good. Keep it loaded, look at me. Look at me, come to me, come to me. Transition. Keep it loaded, you're good, you're good. That's still good, baby. I told him he was going to do it, I saw it. He didn't do it twice, I don't care. Did it once. Something he's never done. That's 2 things he's never done.
I started to get stuck.
Little early. Hold it, come to me. Come on, come on, come on. Transition. Just let him come back in, yeah. No, it's not what I said, but you're looking good, man. Come on, Kent. Too early. And that's why this is tight. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You started that turn too early. Kent, you started that too early.
I did what?
You started that too early. That's why that was so tight. Because you were right here.
I turned it too early?
Yeah.
You should have brought it out wider. Okay.
No, you should have brought it out longer.
Longer.
Yeah. So come to me. All right, that's better. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Transition. Hold it. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Lead it, head and eyes. Watch that throttle. All right, we got to get his foot off. He's got his whole foot. I know he's got a big foot, but he's got an extended brake pedal. We got to get the tips of the foot, tips of his toes on that rear brake. One more time.
Try it again.
Let's also try to get the tip of your foot on that brake. You got your whole foot on it, so.
I'm killing it.
Yeah. That turn was good, but when you got here,
I didn't lock.
no, you just got to lean. You were straight up, and you were like, come on! All you got to do is let it go over and trust and believe. We'll stand back here so we have a better reference point to how deep he should be coming into this box. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, good. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Head and eye, hold it. Transition.
I committed to that right turn.
It's 10 push-ups. Yeah. Now remember, your transitions, they can't be slow. Like when you were doing this turn, when it was time for the right turn, you turn like this. Now you're losing space. Now you're all the way over here. Transition.
Do it hard.
Commit. Go to it. Go for it. Not excessive, but you know. Too early. Way too early. I'm standing there. He turned right here. I know you can't really see that on the camera, but that's about 4 feet. No, 3 feet. Keep it loaded. Throttle is way too low. Oh my God, keep it loaded. He's flirting with the friction zone. Living on the edge of the friction zone. Nah, it's still early. It's not a big deal if you can make it up on the other side. But he's got to lean over there. Kent! So you're making this turn, and I'm going like this. You know why you don't see me? Your head is buried in the motorcycle the whole time. Get in the habit, head and eyes. Now, we already know your right turns are the ones that are tougher for you. So if you keep cutting yourself short on your strongest turn, you're making it tighter on your weakest turn. So let's do this. Come in here. Through this, I want you to come in here through here. and come over here.
Do my right turn first.
Do the right turn first. But I still don't want you to rip yourself off. Do your right turn first. That last turn, you turn like this.
Go as deep as I can.
And you turn here. Go as deep as you can, and you're not using your head and your eyes either. So definitely try that. So go ahead, try that. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me. Come on, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Good, hold it, hold it, hold it. Come to me. Hold it, hold it. Slow down, transition.
I got one of them.
Yep, yes you did. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. All right, guys, Ken said the magic word. He said, practice, practice. I just gotta practice, and he does because, again, here we go again, another first. Ken said, that's my problem, and he did it in both directions one time, and that's all we need is one time, okay? Because, again, that's practice. Nowhere in the real world, as far as I know, are you gonna be required to do 2 figure 8s in a row. You know what I mean? It's just practice. Okay, now, what's similar to that exercise, with this exercise, is the whole hold it thing. You're going to be doing figure 8s in here, kind of, sort of. All right? You have the gate here, the gate there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 gates. Now, if you're, let me start out by saying, if these seem too close for you, there's a green cone on the outside cone. Just go around that cone instead of trying to go through the gate. All right? Now notice my motorcycle is facing in this direction instead of it facing straight. Because when you come through here, I don't want you to go straight for the gate. I want you to head and eyes. I want you to come all the way out here. As soon as you get through this gate, turn in this direction. And I want you to hold that. Head and eyes. This is another exercise where your handlebar should never be straight. Head and eyes, handlebars. So now if I do it like this, I'm approaching this gate like this, which is going to set me up much better for that next turn. If I come like this, I got to lean a whole lot. And if I don't lean a whole lot, I'm going to end up all the way out here. And I still got to get through this gate. And now if I try to go through this gate like this, I'm trying to not go past the outside lines unless you're going around the green cone. So, head and eyes. As soon as you come through here, immediate right. Head and eyes, look at that gate. Handlebars, hold it, hold it. When you get about right here, head and eyes, look at the gate you came from. Hold it. Hold it. Sound familiar? Just like the last exercise. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Head and eyes. Transition. Same thing. Don't do a slow handlebar turn because it's going to take you out wide. Head and eyes, handlebars. Lean the motorcycle over. Hold it. Hold it. When you get about right here, head and eyes. Look at the gate you came from. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Don't let out here. Hold it. Hold it. Head and eyes, handlebars. So you should be doing like this. That's what you're doing going through here. All right? Again, there's nothing extreme here, but watch your speed. Head and eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Head and eyes, handlebars. Foot just drag the ground. I go right for it. A lot more work. Now coming back, I went right for it. Way more work. So, all right, Andy. Nice. Swing it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. There we go. Hey, Kent, he's coming back. Kent! He's coming back through there, yeah. Throttle's very low. It's making me nervous. You're making me nervous with that low throttle. You're making me nervous. All right. Let's do it, Ken. Not swinging out enough. All right, do the outside cones, good. The same principle, hold it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. Nice, nice and wide. Head and eyes, very good. There we go. Okay, thank you, Andy. He said I'll do it again and bring my RPMs up. Make you feel a lot better. Very nice. Throttle's a lot higher. It's steady. Nice lean, nothing excessive. Head and eyes, counterbalancing. Beautiful. Now, Ken, when you make this first turn, make sure you go. The last time you went, You made your turn from about right here. I want you all the way over here. Because if you start this tight, everything gets tighter. So come all the way over here. All right, let's do it. All right, the RPM sound much better right there, man. Beautiful, beautiful. All the way over, lean it, lean it. All right, head and eyes. And he's using the outside green cone, so it gives him a little bit more time to go out nice and wide. And that's what we want. We want to use that. Good, good, good. All right, now he went through the gate. So it's always going to be easier to make these turns by leaning the motorcycle. Remember, 3 things determine the radius of our turn. Our speed, he's not going too fast, so that's good. How much we turn the handlebars, that was a really good turn right there he just did. And how much we lean the motorcycle. Leaning the motorcycle is important. And that's why we do trust and believe first. People don't like to lean because, of course, you feel a feeling of falling. But if you trust and believe that as long as you have power going to the rear wheel, you're going to be okay, no worries at all. Very good. I was just going to say I would like his RPM to be a little bit lower, and as soon as I thought it, they went down. But more importantly, they're steady. Like he's not all over the place with his RPM range. And this is something that he can practice if he wants to tighten this up. Very nice. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 9, the abominable snowman. Abominable. Before we go, now that's something that you can, you just need to practice. Because with that, you look nice and fluid, and that's what we want. We want fluidity. Your RPMs are not extremely high now, so that's good. But more importantly, they're steady, right? So that's good. Once you slow down and start leaning more, then it's going to make it possible for you to do it in this range, okay? All right. All right, guys, exercise number 9, the last numbered exercise, the abominable snowman. And the thing I love about this exercise, there's something in here for everyone. So there's no pressure, like I said from the start. We got 4 boxes, 27 feet, 25 feet, 22 feet, 18 feet. And it's good to know if anybody's injured, we got a doctor in the house. Okay. So, just like exercise number 7, figure 8, 8, offset serpentine, same thing here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. In fact, that's all we're doing here. Get in here and hold the turn. That's how you make a circle, right? It's a U-turn. But don't rip yourself off. So, if 27 feet is tight, well, let me also start by saying a 27-foot circle is not the same as a 27-foot box, right? This is going to be tighter because it's 27 feet all the way around. But as everything else is set up out here, this is not set up for a competition. So you're not totally coned in. I do want you to feel a confinement of the cones, but I don't want you to be claustrophobic. So when you come in here, if you're going to make a right turn, don't start your turn here. Again, it's not impossible, but if this turn's tight for you, you're making it tighter. Bring your wheel all the way over to like the 11 o'clock spot. And when you get here, hug these cones, head and eyes if you're going to go right back out. Because if you're not going to keep going, oh, by the way, this is your entrance and your exit. So when you go in, that's where you come out. Go around once. If you're just going to do that, go out. If you want to do the next one, then if this was a right, this is a left. So what I'm going to say is, if Kent says, I know my right turns are weaker than my lefts, I'm going to do the right turn in the 27-foot box and then do the left turn in the 25-foot box and cut my losses, come back, do this one, and then go out. Or he might feel froggy and say, I'm going to try the 22-foot box. I already know Andy's going to try all 4 boxes. And that's fine. I think I'm only going to try 3 boxes on this motorcycle. I think so. If it were mine, that'd be different. And I keep feeling my toes grabbing the ground, so. All right, Andy. I mean, Doctor. He made that turn early, but he's fine. Made that turn early, but he's fine. Not gonna work in this box, gotta go all the way over. There we go, Andy. Haha. Only thing you did wrong, and you started this turn early, that's the only thing. Next time you come in, bring your wheel right here and hug these cones. Don't commit to the turn yet. Hug it when you get about right here, head and eyes. That was good. That was excellent. Good. Uh-oh. Too early, kid, too early. All right, I'm gonna have to go down there and work with him. Too early. Keep it loaded. All right, too early, too early. All right, Kent, when you come back through, I'm gonna be standing here with you because you're turning too early. That's the only thing. Turning too early.
I know, I screwed myself.
I mean, this time your wheel placement was good, but remember I said when you get your wheel there, hug those top cones. You went automatically, you turned. See, I like Kent already. He did those cones like this. That's me. Very particular. hold it, hold it, hold it. All the way over, all the way over. Nope, too soon. Too soon. Too soon. Keep it loaded. Hug it. Keep it loaded. All the way over, all the way over. Hug it. Good, good, good. Keep it loaded. Come on, come on. Hug it. Lean it, lean it, lean it, lean it. The only reason that turn seems as tight as it does is because Kent is doing it straight up. There's very minimal lean. You have to lean the motorcycle. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now you could do the 27 foot and maybe even the 25 foot straight up. You really could. But if you're trying to do anything tighter than that, at least on that type of motorcycle, you have to lean it. 3 things determine the radius of the turn: speed, handlebars, lean. And if you do all 3 of them to the extreme, you're going to get the best lean. I mean the best turn radius. Good, good. Look at the exit, look at the exit. A little too much speed. Yeah, a little too much speed, that's it. All the way over. Remember, Kent. Head and eyes. You're making your U-turns like this. All right, remember.
Bad habit.
Well, you know, that's part of why we practice. Overcoming the bad habits. Now, what are the 3 things that determine the radius of a turn? Speed, lean, and how much you turn your handlebars. So right now, you're in this snowman, Kent, trying to do it straight up, which you can do for 27 feet. You can even get away with it with 25 feet, but barely. And that means you'd have to be all the way to the sides, which you're not. You have to lean that motorcycle. And you got to trust and believe that, like right here when you were in the turn and the motorcycle almost fell and you went like this, all you had to do is open up the clutch, right? Remember, that's all we have to do. So the friction zone is what's taking you through these turns, the friction zone. So when you lean your motorcycle, don't worry about it. As long as you're in the friction zone, you're going to be fine, right? We'll try one more time, and then we'll move on to the bonus that I'm sure only Andy's going to try. Come on, come on, come on. Started that turn early, but it should be good. All the way over, all the way over. Slow down. Lean it, lean it. Rear brake, lean it. Keep going, keep going. Lean it, lean it, lean it, lean it, lean it. Good, keep going, keep going. Keep going around. No, I didn't want you to go in there. Good enough. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Sometimes you tell people this is the last one and then they put it together. Again, Andy's throttle. It's a little low for me. It's making me nervous. Look at that. It's low. There we go. Look at the exit. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the bonus exercise. And like I said, I'm pretty sure Andy's the only one that's going to give it a shot. And that's fine. Yeah, you were. I'm telling you, man, the throttle is so low. And when we get into a circle like this, that much of a lean, that's the only thing keeping the bike up is your RPM. So, you know what, Doc? You're stressing me out, Doc. I already heard Kent say throwing the white flag up on this one. And like I said, that's fine, not necessary. But this is the maze, 18-foot U-turn. So Andy's already set up to enter on this side first. That means he's going to do 2 rights and 1 left. If he goes through on this side, which he will, that's 2 lefts and 1 right. Go ahead, knock it out, man.
Oh, you're not doing it?
I don't need to do it. You know how to do it. Kent watches the videos. He knows how to do it, at least what it looks like. Head and eyes? No. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Good, good, good. Straighten out, straighten out. Keep it loaded. Started that early. Time to take your baby into the maze. There you go. Hold it, hold it. Keep it loaded. There you go. One more, baby. I wasn't going to try it, but then I remembered I was doing 18-foot U-turns when we were out here before with it. So that's all that is, 18-foot U-turns. right. All right, guys. Andy gave me the kill sign, saying he's done. Although it sounds like I hear his engine coming back in here. No quitting this guy. Even when he tells me he's quitting or he's ending. Throttle, throttle. All right. All right, we're going to move on to follow the leader, baby. Follow the leader. No, we're going to do follow the leader. Yeah. So follow the leader. You guys don't know the rules. I know you know the rules. Basically do what I do. I'm pretty sure Andy's going to be behind me. Unless for some reason he screws up and then he's out. And that means he's going to pull to the middle of the parking lot. Right here. That's a designated spot on the other side of this maze. And we're going to do one circle around him. And then he's going to join in the rear. And how do you go out? If you put your foot down, you're out. If you hit a cone, you're out.
Out, period.
No.
No come back.
Little league out.
Okay.
Pull to the middle. We do a circle around you. Jump onto the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you roll onto the grass where concrete borders,
Yeah.
you're out. If I stop, which I'm going to let you know now, every turn that I'm going to make, I'm going to stop first. You need to stop exactly where I was, which means you have to pull up and stop. If you just roll through, you're out. If I make the turn with my wheels here and you're over here, you're out. And that's it. We're going to leave the parking lot for a little bit to do some stuff.
Okay.
If you mess up out there, don't leave us and come pull in the middle. Just stay with us. And as soon as we get back here, pull into the middle, one circle around you. You got time, I got to set up. All right, guys, the slow ride. This is going to be a lot easier for me because it's only 2 of you. The winner is the loser. So, whoever makes it to my camera stand first is the loser. Okay, so here's the rules. Stay in your lane. If your tires hit the line, you're out. And this is not like the Little League out, you're out, that's it. Just stop where you are. If you put your foot down, you're out. When I say on your mark, get set, go. If you're still sitting there with your feet on the ground, you're out. Any questions? Come on up. Kent already trying to get a...
Trying to get some advantage here.
He said, I'm going to give him a head start. No. Right there, right there, right there. You're good. All right, ready. On your mark. This is nothing but exercise number 2. Get set. Go. Uh-oh. Kent is out. Kent was really out anyway because he had his feet down when I said go. One more time. That was a photo finisher. That was looking good. That was closer than I thought it was going to be. All he had to do was let his clutch out. He'd have been fine. Don't put that foot down. Remember, if you feel uh-oh, that's all you had to do. That was like a photo finish until he put his foot down. All right, back up. You can't. Back up? Yeah. All right. On your mark. Get set. Go. That's right. It doesn't matter if you finish first, but you don't want to get out because you put your foot down. Winner. Easy. All right, guys, exit interviews. All right, Kent, did you enjoy yourself?
I did. It was a great day.
Oh, you got one of these organizers. Very nice,
Yep.
very nice. Do you remember what you rated yourself when you first got here?
A 2.
Any change in that number?
I think I'm up to probably 3.5.
Okay, good.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that you're going to continue to practice.
I am.
Does your bike have a name?
It doesn't.
Oh, okay, all right.
You
Well,
got some suggestions?
no, but whatever you name the bike, let your wife name it.
Okay.
That way there'll never be any problems. Well, who's that? You named it. Oh, yeah, that's true.
There you go.
All right, but looking forward to seeing you back here. If you ever can make it back, of course, you're always welcome. You're a V.I.Preloader, so of course you are.
I appreciate it. I've never done a figure 8. Did it twice in
Yes,
two
you
different
did.
directions
Yes,
today.
you did.
I locked my handlebars today. That's something that always freaked me out. Did that. Right hand U-turn, never done that before. Done it today.
Yeah.
So I just need to practice.
And that's the thing, man. The goal is to get people leaving here just a little bit more confident than when they got here. And the things you did today, that's definitely not just a little bit more. That's huge. So, and you're right. Just need to practice it, iron it out, iron the T-shirt out. Good job, man. Pleasure
Thank
to
you,
meet you.
Robert.
Pleasure to meet you. Come on over. You participated. You have to come over. I don't know why people are trying to run from the microphone.
He's the boss now.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm the boss of the motorcycle.
Stand in front of this beautiful bike.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Very much so.
Do you remember what you rated yourself when you first came?
A .5.
I do remember, yes. Any change in that number?
A .7.
Okay. And that's fine. Like I said, we always want progress. It doesn't mean we're always going to get it. It's important that, I always let everyone know this is not going to happen overnight. We all learn differently. For some people, they can look at something and got it. What movie did I see where the guy could just hear something and be able to do it? He didn't know how to read music, but he can hear it and do it. I'm not saying this is exactly the same thing, but the point is we all learn differently. But at the end of the day, we have to practice. I know when I was studying, I had to read something 3 or 4 times for it to get in there. Some people, they can read it once, they got it. Same concept. I started to say, will you be back? Now, yes, you're in New York. I'm still trying to get you to move down here.
But I will continue to practice.
Good.
Just very briefly, when I first got the bike about a month and a half ago, I bought it in Maryland, drove it home. It was beautiful. Like you say, on the highway, no problems. I got into New York and got traffic that must have been at least 6 miles, 3 miles per hour, stop and go. I caught HELL. Now I know the proper way to stop. I know the proper way to start. If I get stuck in traffic like that again, it's not going to freak me out. I was front brake heavy, rolling, chasing the bike, drifting into other lanes. That will never happen again. Beautiful. On the basics that I've learned today that I will carry with me always.
Beautiful. That's what I love to hear, Pop. All right.
Great job, brother.
Pop.
Great job.
No, thank you.
It was nice meeting you.
Biker man.
He's a doctor now. All right, Doc. You enjoyed yourself?
Yes, I had a good time.
I'm getting a stethoscope, I swear. Next time you wear this thing, I'm going to give it to you. You remember what you rated yourself when you
7.
came? 7. Are you changing that number?
7.
Okay, good. Listen, you did an outstanding job. No, I'm not ready for that mic back yet. But you did an outstanding job. You know what? I'm going to cut it short. I know Andy, he's trying to beat rain. I looked at the forecast. It looks like you're in good shape. But this is a key factor. Oh, I should also say, once I stopped recording, when he told me, okay, that's it in the maze, he went back in there, did it going left, did it going right. So outstanding job, man. No quitting him. His hat flew off his head. I told him it was the hat. He said it was the camera. I'm sticking with the hat. Good job, man.
Thank you, Robert.
Always a pleasure, Andy.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, practice session number 46. That's a wrap. And this was a freaky day because it kept looking like, uh-oh, here comes the rain. It would get real dark, cool. And I'm not going to lie, that cool air felt really nice. And I almost cut the follow the leader short. I looked at the forecast, and it looked like it was going to be fine. And sure enough, the sun's peeking through. So I appreciate it. I appreciate these guys. They're picking up the cones for me. That's always appreciated. Listen, guys, another great day practicing. A couple of people that were supposed to come didn't come. So, guys, remember, and I'm speaking to my V.I.Preloaders or a preloader that paid to come here. If you can't make it, please send me an email and let me know that you can't make it. Because if I let somebody else know they can't make it because I'm full, because I'm expecting you, I don't want to do that. I hate to turn anybody away, especially from something like this, right? All right, so anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps out the channel. Hit the like button. And if you want to be notified of any future videos that I have coming out, hit that notification bell and switch it to all. And guys, I want you to share this information, share these videos. I get emails and comments in the comment section all the time of people telling me, wow, how much they appreciate what I do here. Now, some of them aren't subscribed, believe it or not, because they don't understand the significance of being a subscriber and how important it is to me. I help you guys out, definitely, with the content that I give you, and that's how you help me. It doesn't cost you anything. Remember, being a preloader means you're subscribed to this channel and you're dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. If you didn't know what a preloader is, that's what a preloader is. So if you're subscribed to this channel, you are a preloader. A V.I.Preloader, that's something different. That is a paid subscription to my channel. That's $4.99 a month. Okay, V.I.Preloaders get to come out here and practice with me for free as many times as they want. They still have to let me know that they're coming so they can get a reservation. And if they can't make it, they still have to let me know that too. All right, guys, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I'm thankful that my pop was here to come to a practice session with me. We've done some practicing one-on-one, but I was looking forward to having him come and practice in a practice environment with other people. But like I said, and like I always say, guys, there's never any pressure out here. You do what you want and no more than what you want. There's no test, there's no quiz, nobody's judging you, so, And he, after exercise number 4, I think, he said, all right, that's done, and just sit and watch, and that's fine. But I appreciate the fact that he's out here. I appreciate the fact that he trusts me enough to ride his motorcycle out here and do a couple of things on it. And I'm just an appreciative guy. I appreciate all of you guys. So, guys, I want to continue to thank you and continue to emphasize how important it is to practice on these things. And it's just, I can't say enough about how important this is, guys. So If you know somebody and you care about them and they practice, share these videos with them. Share Preloader Nation with them. And explain to them, every time you get on one of these motorcycles, it could be the last time. We're always dealing with odds out there. So you can practice every day. It doesn't mean something bad can't happen out there. But what I will assure you is it's going to decrease the odds that something bad happens to you out there. Because 9 times out of 10, when something bad happens to a motorcyclist, it's rider error. 9 times out of 10. And when I say rider error, it's either they're not turning their head and eyes, or they didn't see something, they didn't know what to do slow speed wise, too much brake, too much speed, not scanning, not anticipating, like all of those things. That's all on us. Huge responsibility riding one of these things. So as I always say, guys, practice, 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 practice. Remember, practice is a state of mind. You don't have to be in the parking lot for hours. You don't need cones. But every time you ride your bike, if you say, all right, before I pull off this curb, I'm going to practice making a right turn and try to do it in as little space as possible. If every time you do that, leaving your house, you're going to notice that where you were once here, making this turn, now you're here. That's practice. All right, guys? And seat time does not equal practice time. I don't say that to take a shot at people, because that's not how we operate here in Preloader Nation. It's just a fact. All right? People have been riding for decades, and they still avoid U-turns because they still haven't built the muscle memory up to feel confident enough to ride their motorcycle at slow speeds. In other words, to actually know how to ride the motorcycle, not the motorcycle ride you. Remember, we're operators. The riders sit on the back. All right, guys? And remember, if you have time to ride, you have time to practice. Love you guys. Until next time.